Take me to where you actually live and tell me about the outside, first of all, the place that you live in.
It's really weird because I'm being brought to a sphinx.
And what's the relevance? Just go with your first feelings. What's the relevance of you being brought to the sphinx?
For records.
For records.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hall of Records. Mm-hmm.
What's the records?
Hall of Records.
Right, okay. And can you get a feeling of how you access the Hall of Records and Sphinx?
It's underneath the sphinx.
And do you spend a lot of time here, do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Do you sleep here?
Yes.
And what does it look like?
It's lonely. Mm-hmm. That's what it feels like. But it's just surrounded by all of these records that I have to go through. It's like being a keeper of these records. Like keeper, overseer, or something like that.
Okay. Do you help write them up? Or do you just look after them? They're scrolls, I'm assuming, are they?
Mm-hmm.
You care for them?
Yeah. And
is this what you do with your time?
Yeah.
So today's a very unusual day in that you were going through the ceremony?
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like you're part of the temple then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to move forward to a day that you feel is important in this lifetime of Vishnu. So we're going to move forward or backwards to a time that's important to you. And when you get there, let me know.
Yes, I'm still being taken to the ceremony. It's still bringing me to the ceremony of that particular day that I talked about. Uh-huh. That was an important day because that was releasing me from my duties of overseer of these records.
So what would your responsibilities be now after the ceremony?
Well, it leaves me free to go and live my life, but because I had dedicated my life to this role, I'm being looked after, so all the perks of the job, I don't just be tossed out onto the street. I'm not just tossed out onto the street. I'm given this grandeur to live in.
So you're moving from where you were living then to somewhere much more comfortable.
And
will you have servants too?
Yes, because I'd carried out such an important role for all those years.
Wow. Are you excited about it?
Yes.
And will you have more people around you?
Mm-hmm. But I can also, the ceremony is actually handing over to the heir of the job.
And is that a relation of yours, or is that someone that you've trained up? Or?
Someone I've trained up, yeah.
And how are you feeling about that?
Yes. Relief.
And just say that you've given a lot of your life. Did you start this role when you were quite young?
Yes.
Maybe as a child even?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was a special energy and knowledge that the elders knew that I carried.
Right. And did they search for someone with this particular energy?
Yeah. So it was like I was the special child. Oh. And I had to be looked after and protected, and so that I could be the one, the person to look after these scrolls, these records.
So were you taken away from your family then?
Yes, that's why I don't have family yet. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And as a course of that, did you have vows to make or promises to make?
Yes.
And what were they? Can you remember?
They were to... Obviously, the scrolls, the record represented everybody's records. It was all records held for all people. And because I was allowed into these records and allowed to look after them, I was allowed into the records as in looking after them. Mm-hmm. So the vows, I obviously from time to time there would have been information that would have passed by me. And my vow, it was a vow of confidentiality. Mm-hmm.
And is that the main one you took?
I wasn't allowed to edit information or share information with others.
So it's quite isolated when you said you're lonely, but it's even in terms of speech and communication. It was quite an isolated role, wasn't it? Very, very responsible.
Yeah. But what my energy did while I was there was I had to protect these records because there were so many people that wanted to get in and edit the records.
And why was that?
Because the manipulation, there's manipulation coming in with regards to people wanted to manipulate these records to destroy lives, to alter the course of people's lives.
Well, tell me, when you talk about records, are these man-written records or are these records from elsewhere?
They are etheric records.
And what information do they contain information of the people of your country?
It was actually records of the world, people of the world.
Right.
So it contained all of those records. It was actually an etheric space, but because of the special energy that I possessed, I was able to go between the physical world and this space.
So you walk between worlds? And how were the records used then? Were they used?
From time to time, if people were aware that they even had a record, they were able to work in such a way to correct certain things in their record or edit things themselves, but it wasn't up to anyone else to be able to access the person's records for them.
Are we talking a bit like karma here?
Yeah.
Like, if someone knows of something that they have to pay back.
It's something, yeah. Yeah, that's really...
It sounds a bit like the Akashic records. Is there anything else you can tell me about it? It's so interesting.
Yes, again, going back to why I was there, I had this protective energy. I was the protector. So, yes, overseer, protector of these records, because people who had, other people who had special powers but used them for not so good, were the ones that were trying to get into these records and manipulate them for the, manipulates people's records that they maybe had a grudge against or something like that, or they wanted to destroy, or so I had to protect against those forces.
And how did you do that?
Purely with the energy that I carried, and that's why I had to be there, and practically in isolation for all of that time until and experience that away from my family.
So would you have created boundaries?
Yes.
You manipulated energy?
What is it?
You manipulated your energy or the energy space around you?
Yes. To create, yeah. Yeah.
And did you have to create a certain energy to maintain the records even being there? So you were holding that space whilst protecting it at the same time?
All the time, yeah.
And did you, if someone was was that enough to prevent the records from being accessed, or did you ever have to send energy to people, or to prevent them coming closer?
Whenever my energy became aware of anybody trying to come into the records, then I had to fight against that, and that became a battle.
And how would that have played out?
It would have just been like even visualizing it now, just like a force of one energy source against another. Just like pushing against that to the extent where it would, that would become weak. That energy would become weak and wouldn't be able to enter the records.
Can we go to a time when that actually happened?
So there's one person coming to mind, but it's a person from this lifetime.
That's, perfect.
And it was my... So you can see him trying to access the records.
That was what I was asking. I was just wondering, was there any carried into this lifetime with it? And is there anything more about the records that I haven't asked? Because it's such a big topic. It's a massive topic. I kind of don't really know what questions to ask.
I know.
Were you fed there? Did you eat there? Did you just...
Yes, it was very rare that I would have been out in public spaces because because of the sensitive energy, when it would have been recognised by anyone who, by any other energy who would have wanted to manipulate that, then it would have, it was too dangerous and too detrimental, to what might happen.
And it's that you're very vulnerable, aren't you? So if you're ready to leave that, Do you want to move to another time in your life? But not life. That feels important to you.
Yeah, come back to the ceremony again. So the ceremony, that was the important time of my life that that set me free from that responsibility and that commitment.
Yeah, and responsibility and commitments are big, isn't it? Were you very tired with this too?
Yeah.
Worried?
Yeah. Exhausted?
Yeah. You put your whole being into it. You just need to break. Is there anything else about the ceremony? Who's at the ceremony? Can you see anyone around you at the ceremony?
The strange thing is, I can't.
Who's carrying it out?
It's nearly like the ceremony's even like a whole etheric thing, with no other beings there.
Well, is that how it feels?
It still feels isolated.
Right. And this goddess, you haven't got a name for her, but what were her powers, or what was she, you know?
Yeah, the goddess is actually, it's not even a person, it's a bronze statue. Because I was, you know, trying to work that out, whether it was bronze skin or bronze statue. It's a statue.
What powers she moved with?
Yeah, rest.
Rest, healing?
Healing. Perhaps compassion, actually, as well. Compassion.
And is this something that you need to learn? Having spent so many years in the Hall of Records? So is this a particular goddess that's been chosen for you as regards your own needs? And does the fact that the ceremony is now ceremony, the fact that you're being wed to the statue, does that mean that you can't marry anyone else?
Yeah, it's nearly like another tie. So so there's this feeling actually that's coming over me, like there's no way out. It's from one tie to another.
A bit of dread with it, a bit of...
Yeah, destined, that's the word I'm looking for, like destined for isolation.
So if you're ready to leave that, if there's nothing more that... I mean, I'm sure there's lots of part. Again, it's just such an unusual insight that it's hard to know what to ask. In terms of the energy and in terms of the walking between worlds, when you walk between worlds, where do you walk?
In that lifetime, when I was, that was between the Hall of Records and the physical world outside, but I wasn't there very much.
You're almost always in the etheric world. And would you have visitors from the etheric planes, or?
Yeah, yeah, they were all the etheric.
And tell me about them.
Just whenever I saw them, because it was more of a feeling, which made it even more isolating. That's perhaps why I didn't see anybody in the temple, because the way that I worked was through feeling more than seeing, and yeah, so it would have been the sense.
It almost sounds like years and years and years of solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Did you have a mentor at all? A human mentor?
No.
Once you reached a certain age, that was it. Did you ever think about leaving the Hall of Records?
I wasn't allowed to. That was actually a vow that my parents or my family had to. That was something my family agreed to. They were made to agree to that.
So the vow would be that you had to stay?
Until such times as they found a new... What do you call it again?
New record keeper?
A new record keeper is probably the easiest.
After the record, yeah. Okay. You must have been confused as a child being taken away from your family.
Yeah.
Did someone like that? Must have been very disorientated. Well, before we go any further, is there anything you learned from that aspect of that life?
Yes, that solitary thing and being alone. That's obviously something that I have carried right through, because I always felt like that.
So that's very strongly with you?
Yeah.
So now we're going to move you forward to your last day in that lifetime. So just move forward.
Yeah.
And when you come to that last day, tell me what's happening.
Yeah, I fell off a cliff. Quite, I could see myself falling off a cliff, and that's that's so significant actually.
Go back to that scene of you falling off a cliff and tell me, did you fall off? Did you jump off? Did you push off? You pushed off? Was there anything more happening there?
I think I jumped.
You jumped.
Because I just couldn't stand it anymore.
So go back just to those, just before you jumped. Or an hour or so before you jumped, and tell me what you were feeling.
Yeah, I've had enough.
You've had enough. And was that...
My work here is done type thing.
Yeah. Because you're still very lonely. And you're still very isolated.
Yeah.
Nothing had changed really.
Yeah.
Which is the thing. What, were you an old man or were you...
No. It actually probably wasn't long after that ceremony. It was nearly, actually, it was the day of the ceremony.
So that's why the ceremony was so important, because you can grow back to it. It feels as if that you thought the ceremony might bring you some freedom, and then you realised it wouldn't.
Yeah, the freedom was death.
Well, that's a biggie, isn't it? That's really big. So we're going to move on, and we're going to leave Vishnu, isn't it? Behind, and he'll continue with his life, and he'll continue with whatever it is that he's doing. And we're going to take you forward or backwards to another lifetime that holds learning for you.